Good afternoon. As always, I am Brent, B-R-E-N-T.
And as always, I am Brian, B-R-I-A-N.
If you haven't had a chance to check out our YouTube video from yesterday, you'll definitely have to watch it because Brian and I feel that it is our very best video yet, and hopefully you all will have an opportunity to watch it, share it, and comment on it.
And I am definitely in full agreement with you, Brent, that yesterday's video that we filmed was definitely our best one yet, and if you had not had the opportunity to view it yet, we went to one of our old schools yesterday. We went to the amazing Old Town High School in Old Town, Maine, so all of you amazing YouTubers will definitely have to check that out.
That's definitely right, Brian, and if you haven't noticed, Brian and I are wearing some of our New York Giants apparel right here. They are facing the Eagles today at 1 o'clock, and it should be a very good game. Brian and I definitely hope that the Giants will come out on top in the game.
I think they definitely will, Brent, and you definitely can't forget about the amazing hats we're wearing either. I'll get a little closer to the camera there.
Yeah, that's definitely right, Brian. I mean, even though the baseball season is over and the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, there's definitely nothing wrong with us continuing to wear our baseball apparel.
That is right, Brent, and we have some amazing topics to talk about with you on this cold but wonderfully amazing Sunday afternoon.
Brian and I have been meaning to do a video for quite some time now about how, in our opinion, there seems to be a lot of women out there that appear to either be interested in being with jerks or dating jerks, and Brian and I never really understood the logic behind that. We understand that there seem to be a lot of women out there that seem to want to be with bad boys, druggies.
Oh, and you can't forget about the country boys, Brent.
No, we definitely cannot forget about those country boys, Brian. And Brian and I are going to be completely honest and say that we are in no way, shape, or form country boys. We're definitely very much city/town men, not boys. And it just seems like a lot of women do not love a man that is very strong-minded and definitely is willing to share his opinion in a respectful way, of course. It appears that there are just a lot of women in general that don't appreciate a gentleman or a kind-hearted and loving man, and to this very day, well, actually, I should say we're 29 years young, and I guess I can say we've never really understood the logic behind women not being attracted to men like us.
I definitely agree with that, and another thing that you and I have talked about quite a bit in the past and even more recently is the fact that it seems like a lot of women out there do not want to talk on the phone. They either want to email or text, and Brent and I completely understand the fact that you women out there cannot text and talk on the phone 24/7. We definitely understand that, but we are definitely old-fashioned men in regards of talking on the phone and meeting in person and even video chatting. I mean, we are definitely old-fashioned in that regard because we love to hear a woman's voice on the other end of the phone or on the other end of Skype or FaceTime or any other video chatting app. We want and enjoy and love and appreciate that more personalized experience, and a lot of women don't seem to want to do that anymore. I mean, I was talking to a woman recently, and I had asked her if she enjoyed talking on the phone, and she said she did. And we had talked on the phone for, I believe it was about an hour and a half, and then I had told her that I really enjoyed talking to her, which in all truth I did. And she told me that she would text me the next day when she would get off of work, just letting me know, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm looking forward to talking to you at such and such a time. And it is almost a week later now, and I've never heard from her. And I'm going to have Mr. Brent talk to you more about some of our other experiences, especially ghosting.
Yes, ghosting. Well, actually, I'm going to go back to a point that Brian and I have been wanting to talk about as well before the ghosting, and we kind of wanted to ask all of you amazing followers a question. See, Brian and I like to go out every now and then and have a great time. We enjoy interacting with a lot of different people and just going out and having a great time with what we're doing. And what we mean by having a great time does not include alcohol or drugs or anything like that. So the question we want to ask you is, do you feel it's necessary to drink alcohol or engage in any sort of drug activity and have a good time? Do you feel that those activities work well together? Because Brian and I love going out and having a great time, but as we mentioned in another one of our videos, Brian and I do not smoke, drink, or do drugs, and I feel that's also been a problem for Brian and I in the dating world, because a lot of women question why we don't do any of those things, and simply it's just because we've never been attracted to drinking or smoking or engaging in any sort of drug activity. And Brian and I are quite active. We love working out, playing sports, and really just trying to stay in the best shape possible. So we're kind of gauging your interest in this subject, and we'd really love to hear your feedback on that.
And just to add to that, before Mr. Brent will get into the whole ghosting situation that we've been encountering a lot, we've actually had women in the past and the present, after questioning us why we choose not to drink, they actually stop talking to us, which I find is really ridiculous. I mean, it's one thing if you want to go out and socialize and socially drink, that's not a problem. It's just, don't judge us and stop talking to us just because we don't drink. I just find that to be very immature and rude, and there is a lot more to us than us going out and drinking, because we don't condone that and we don't do that at all. So we just find it to be very ridiculous and confusing to think that a woman that we could see ourselves being with would stop talking to us just because of that foolish reason.
And essentially, Brian and I feel it just wastes a lot of time, because simply, if you're not interested, just say, hey, you seem to be a great person, but I feel we have varying interests, and I wouldn't see a relationship potentially coming out of this. I mean, that's all you have to say, and that kind of goes into the next point of ghosting. Pretty much what ghosting is, in shorter terms, is, for example, you talk with someone and maybe a couple days later, or even shorter than that, they just disappear and fall off the face of the earth for no reason, kind of like Brian was mentioning earlier. Like, we've had experiences before, a lot of the times with women, and they tell us they're interested, and then shortly after, they just fall right off the face of the earth, and we never hear from them again.
That's why I joke around with Brent all the time about him and I having one-day girlfriends, and that refers to the ghosting. Brent and I will be talking to women, and they'll say, hey, we read your profile, and we'd definitely be interested in talking and getting to know you better and see if this could go somewhere. And then even that same day, they just stop talking to us. I think they like the idea of talking to more than one man at a time, and I even let them know that I only talk to one woman at a time. I mean, I'm very monogamous and faithful in that regard, and I would never talk to more than one woman at a time, but it's hard for me to say that that has been a success for me, because even though I am very faithful and monogamous, it never seems that the woman cares about that. They'll just go off and talk to someone else, and that is pretty much what ghosting is. And pretty much what Brent and I are saying is that we are very tired of it. And whether you're a first-time viewer of our videos or if you've seen all of our videos, you know that our mission is to find two amazing women to spend the rest of our lives with. And it's just very disheartening to know that women are leading us on in that way.
Very quickly, I would just like to add to that we have gotten requests to do other videos rather than just stating the obvious in every video that we're looking for true love and we're very monogamous and faithful men. We don't want to sound like broken records on every video, so that's why we try to do our best for all of you to do different videos pertaining to some of our favorite hangout spots where we went to high school, because we don't want people to stop watching our videos thinking that, oh, well, we're just going to do the same thing every week. So we definitely want to try to do different things and appeal to all of our viewers.
We definitely do, and the one thing I think that we want all of you amazing followers and viewers to learn and know about us is that even though all of our videos may not pertain to saying that we're looking for true love in all of them, for example, the one yesterday, we are still very much looking for that. It's just we don't want to sound like a broken record saying the same thing over and over again. Of course, there are different ways to say things, but essentially it leads back to the same point and emphasis that we are looking for true love and two amazing women to spend the rest of our lives with.
And again, I just want to emphasize from some of our other videos that we truly appreciate all the love and support we've received from all of you. And as Brian mentioned earlier, if you're a first-time viewer or if you have been awesome enough to view all of our videos, we just definitely want to say thank you, and we truly appreciate the support and love that you're giving us. And that is where we're going to leave our video for today. But we definitely hope that all of you have an incredible Sunday, and go Giants.
Go Giants. Bye for now.